Hey everybody, it's Kneecap here, and welcome to This Week in WoW for the week of August 15th. A little bit different this week. I haven't been on a lot this week. I will talk about that and why at the end of the video if you care. But let's try to start the video in a normal way. But a lot to talk about. I haven't been on all week, basically. So the Mythic plus affixes for this week are Tyrannical, Volcanic, and Sanguine. Again, that's Tyrannical, Volcanic, and Sanguine. For your regular keys, this actually isn't a bad week. Volcanic's easy. Sanguine's not paired with Fortified, so it's going to slow you down, but not slow you down enough to where you can't complete your keys. If you're an actual push person, obviously there's bigger issues with the whole meta going on. The meta specs that you're doing super high keys with got nerfed, and now it's harder to do those keys and like more impossible for other classes to do those keys, etc. So if you're a push person, it could be difficult just because it's sanguine and it's going to slow you down, and those timers become less forgiving as you get higher in keys. But generally speaking, not too bad. Let's go ahead and talk about what's going on in game this week as well. This week we can just pop open the calendar since we're doing it this way this week. This week we have the big thing coming, and something that I'm super excited about. I know people in my guild are super excited about. And that is the not the Timewalking Dungeon event, which is also cool, but we have, right here, the Kalmidor Cup. So let's read the tooltip here. The Riders of Azeroth invite Dragon Riders to compete in races throughout Kalmidor. Talk to Lord Anderstraz in Valdrakken for more information. So there'll probably be like a little, breadcrumb quest in Valdrakken to maybe get you sent there or whatever. But this is really cool. You're gonna have about 2 weeks to participate in this one. This is Kalmidor only. Then there's gonna be Eastern Kingdoms. They might put one on Northrend or Pandaria, wherever. Pandaria would be a really cool place to have them, by the way. But yeah, so a lot of people are super excited about this, including me. I expect we'll probably see an uptick of playing at least this particular week as people try it out. I think there's just a ton of nostalgia flying around the old zones, and I know I'm super excited to do it, and I know from my anecdotal evidence that quite a lot of people are excited to try this out. I didn't mention PvP Brawl. No one really seems to care about those. We do have the Timewalking Dungeon event. Now the Timewalking thing's coming back. I don't know, it's not listed here. I don't know when. It might be 10.1.7, but the Timewalking event is going to be coming back, where you get actual really good gear from Timewalking, and it's super good to do. I think that might be in 10.1.7, which is just a few weeks away, but not quite yet. But we do have Burning Crusade Timewalking, so that's one of my favorite ones. Going back and playing classic BC and stuff like that. Some of those dungeons were just really cool back then. They were very linear, but I liked them personally. I actually like dungeons like that as well. And then that's just my Mythic lockout expiring or whatever. So obviously the big news there, we have free t-shirt day. This is not really anything, but obviously the big highlight is, of course, the Kalmidor Cup coming up. That's the thing I'm most excited for. I think a lot of people are excited for. Again, you have 2 weeks to do it, to participate in it. It's basically just going to be testing out flying in the nostalgia world, the old world. And so it is a bit of a beta. It's a bit of all that kind of stuff. I'm sure it's not going to be too buggy, just because we've already been able to soar with Drakthir in the old lands and stuff. But there could be some things that need to be ironed out. Obviously, this is going to be probably millions of people participating in this worldwide. Whereas on the PTR, it's thousands. So you have more data to fix things if there's something wrong. But anyways, I'm just super excited about it. There is another kind of an important thing that came out somewhat recently here before making this video, and we'll pull this up here, and that's they are planning on doing a developer update tomorrow, or today. It'll be today when the video comes out. And so normally it's not listed this way. This could just be a WoWcast, but I have a feeling this is going to be a communication thing, the way they phrase it, developer update. I could be completely wrong. This could just be trying to hype out classic hardcore that's going to be coming out in a couple weeks. The 20, is it next week? The classic hardcore comes out very soon, and so they could be just trying to hype that up, or it could be a legitimate update, hey, we understand this balance issues. We are looking into doing this, this, and this. We're looking to maybe buffing every class in 10.1.7. I think that it's either going to be about classic hardcore, or it's going to be like a big meta discussion of, hey, we understand the dungeon thing got thrown off by the augmentation evoker, plus some other classes getting buffed as well. And maybe they're going to address that. It could be both as well. That both of those things could be true as well. So we'll see there. It wouldn't surprise me, it wouldn't surprise me if either they nerfed the dungeons in 10.1.7 or if they buffed just several classes in 10.1.7 to see if that would inspire people to not give up on the season or whatever. That wouldn't surprise me. When it comes to classic hardcore, I would be interested to know if anybody would be interested in me just posting that content, very casual content, probably just me playing. Wouldn't be super exciting or anything, unless I died or did something really cool during that playtime or whatever that I was playing. But I was thinking about maybe posting or doing videos of that, or making a character specifically that I only do for my YouTube or something like that. If people are interested by it, if people would be too turned off by it, I just wouldn't do it. I'd just play in my free time. But I am going to at least be trying out the classic hardcore server, just as I made like 5 characters with the classic hardcore add-on or whatever. I like nostalgia. It's going to be a dwarf or a gnome. I like to go through the old quests that I did, when I was a kid essentially. And I like to do that. So it is something that I will be doing either way. If you think it'd be cool to post it as content on the channel, let me know. If you'd really, really hate it, let me know that as well. And basically, if more people say they would hate classic hardcore content, then would be okay with it, or just click through it. Because even if you're just going to ignore the video, that's fine. But if you're really going to hate it, then that's something I would take into account. So would be interested in getting feedback on that, honestly. But yeah, that's going to be coming out very, very soon now, and I'm excited to jump into it, frankly. So on the classic side of things, even though I don't play classic a lot and, or very hardcore in any way, it is something that, especially doing the leveling, right? That's something that I am very nostalgia based about. So that is something I'm interested in. As far as we did progressing on our cutting edge, we actually only had 1 raid night this week. We got much better. We got a lot of practice into phase 2, as I was talking about before. Unfortunately, we had to cancel raid night because we had 4 people missing on Thursday. We actually had 3 people on vacation this week. So we were able to, make it work Tuesday, because I think they left midweek. Only one of the people were on vacation on Tuesday, I think. And then somebody else got stuck at work. And so with 4 people out, we just canceled the raid Thursday. So very unfortunate raid day missed. So definitely not going to get CE this week, but we could see legitimate phase 3 progression this week, which I'm very excited about. And it comes to the point where maybe we'll get CE before 10.1.7, maybe not, but it's possible. It would have been a lot more possible if we didn't miss the raid night, but it's definitely possible. So yeah, again, super excited about the Kalmidor Cup. And now I'll get to the portion now. Normally you at least make 1 or 2 videos other than this Week in WoW video. So we'll talk about that a little bit. So I haven't done a personal update really since my mom died, and this is not nearly as serious as that. But basically, I got a normal ear infection that people get, basically from just getting water in my ear, right? Actually in a hot tub, not swimming, but it wasn't the cleanest water either, I would say. And the ear infection, as they do sometimes, kind of spread to my jaw. And basically, it was just me not taking it seriously, because I've gotten ear infections before, even as an adult. I used to get them a lot as a kid, but as an adult, I've gotten them, and I normally just kind of ignore it, and it goes away. Well, what happened was it spread to my jaw a little bit, and what turns out is, since I wasn't taking it seriously or doing anything you're supposed to do, I was literally sleeping on it, and so my jaw was getting more swollen, and it was blocking the tube in my ear. I can't remember what it's called. It starts with an E. Blocking that tube more and more as it just continued to be swollen and making everything worse, essentially. So the takeaway here, especially as you get older, because in my 20s I probably could just do it and my jaw would just heal anyways. But as you get older, you should probably definitely listen to like the things you're supposed to do. If it says don't sleep on it, don't sleep on it. If it says elevate something, elevate it. So if you two are getting into your like mid 30s, I guess soon, you definitely want to listen to the medical advice and stuff and take things seriously. As of right now, I feel pretty good. It's still not completely gone, but literally the last 48 hours or so is when I've like been taking it seriously. And so like I said, I feel much better right now. You probably can't tell anything's wrong. Maybe my voice is slightly different or something, I don't know. But you probably can't really tell anything's wrong right now, and hopefully everything is fine. If it still continues to persist, even if I feel better, I'm going to seek further like medical treatment and stuff like that. But as of right now, everything's pretty good, so we'll see. So I did an update on a post. I don't know much about like YouTube posts and stuff like that, but I'm like, well, I'm gonna make a post to let people know that I haven't been on all week. Like 6 or 7 of you commented on that. Man, that made me feel so good. It was a really nice thing when I was pretty down, because I hadn't been able to do anything all week on here. This is mostly a hobby, but it's a hobby is something you enjoy, right? So I haven't been able to make videos or look into anything really, or look into Rat Paladin stuff or do anything. And so it was just really nice to get like, it was just 6 or 7 of you, but that's like a lot to me. And so it meant a lot to me. So thank you to all of you, all 6 or 7 of you, however many it was, that said, get well or whatever. I appreciate that so much, man. Seriously, it made me feel so good. Went and told my wife about it. It made me feel great. So hopefully things get back to normal this week. One way or another, I hope it will. Because like I said, if it doesn't go away, I'm going to seek further like medical advice or whatever from a professional. In America, if you don't know, like a lot of people don't like going to the doctor because it can just get really expensive really quickly if it's something that can heal on its own. So we'll see. If I have the same progress that I had from yesterday to today, like from today to tomorrow, then I imagine it's pretty much going to be fine. And if not, at least it's not painful anymore. And, I'll get whatever, treatment or, medical, antibiotics, whatever I need to get essentially, to make it go away fully. But things are looking good as of right now. So thank you again for all the support. Thank you for kind words. As always, for anybody else who stuck around, I ask you to please subscribe to the channel because that helps me out so much. And other than that, everybody have a good one.